This conference will now be recorded.
Offline అందరూ ఉన్నారు కదా offline all are there. Amar okay. Today offline also one candidate is not there. Online Yamuna and Yashasvi both are not there. Okay, no problem. Let us they will go through the record. Okay. Uh, the last session we discussed about LSNW. Okay. The LSNW is a topic. What is the use of this LSNW? It is most important. Okay, in real time projects. So if you want to upload the master data, by using LSNW, generally will upload the master data. So means if it is like 10, 15 records, you will create manually. But once you come to the master data, we have a lot of large number of records. Okay, it is not possible manually. So that's what we discussed the LSNW by using legacy system migration workbench. So how to upload a master data? So this I have shown you. The same way for all the master data you can apply here. So what are the steps and all? So generally LSNW we have three types here. LSNW. So total we have 4, but only batch input recording method only the functional consultant. The remaining all will be by the technical consultant, right? So PAPI method. Okay, so here IDOC method. So this remaining 3 process will be done by the purely technical people. So this is most important topic we discussed here. So already we started real-time classes. Okay. So now today we'll see the master data real-time classes. Okay. So what are the master datas? So initial classes we discussed the master data related to. Okay, so what are the master datas we discussed? Like we have metal masters, vendor master, info record, source list. Okay. Next we have condition records, pricing brother we discussed, batch master, batch management we discussed, service master, the service procurement we discussed here. Let us see what is the customization related to master data. First we'll see metal master customization. Okay. The metal master customization generally in 2 areas we'll see the metal master customization. One is in logistic general, the second one is materials management. Okay. The customization means only one thing we need to keep in your mind without help of the any changing the coding. So wherever the possibility, so what we can do as per our client business requirement is called customization here. So customization also let us review metal master customization. So today, so if you know the metal master customization remaining, all the master data is so easy. So as we discussed all the 7 master data. So first we'll go with metal master, next vendor master. Remaining master data customization will be very easy. But complete this metal master in 2 areas. So in SPRO, so all the customization will be in SPRO, spray settings only. So one is in logistic general, second one is the materials management. Now come to here. If I open the server here, so let me go to login pad. Go to login pad. So enter the user ID, enter the password here. Okay. So total how many areas we'll see the customization? SPRO, say preference IMG, 2 areas. So one is in logistic general, second one is the materials management. Go to logistic general. Here we'll see some customization of the metal master. And here also we see customization of metal master. Let me go to logistic general. In logistic general, metal master. Okay. In metal master, here we'll see some portion of the customization. Okay. So and also again you will observe some other customization we'll see in materials management. In purchasing also we'll see the customization of the metal master. Okay. So first we'll go with the logistic general metal master customization. So if I go to logistic general metal master customization, okay. So the metal master, so first we need to see the configuring the metal master. So what is configuring the metal master? Okay, define structure of data stream for each spin sequence. Okay. So now before that, for end user point of view, if I go to MM01, in MM01 transition code, whenever I'm creating a material, so we need to use the transition code MM01. So our system will call this particular. So whenever you are creating a particular master data transition data, for each and every master data transition data, for this transition codes. So generally, now previously we don't know. Simply we are creating some master orders we are creating manually. Okay, and we are doing some transaction data for each and every transaction code from system. If you go to status tab, so internally already we assigned for this transaction code, we assigned the program. The program is already assigned here. Okay, so previously we don't know it. So this is the program already we assigned. Okay, for each and every transaction code for master data as well as transaction data. So the SAP has assigned one program here. So these program are the standard programs here. Okay, but in real time we are not going to create any programs. So who is going to handle the programs? The programs will be handled by the technical people like ABAPers here. Okay, so where they will do? They will go to SE38. So SE38 is transaction code is most important for the ABAP people. Because here they will create a program, they will add they will create a new program, they will change the program. Okay, so now you can see, if you go and see the program, this is a standard program. So if I see the display, but we are not able to understand because we are not into the technical, right? So we are not into ABAP. So this is a line by line program. But the standard program, so this is the line by line program. So you can go and you can see there are a number of lines as written here. The standard program here. So which means we don't know previously from where actually, whenever you are going to entering the transaction code, the system is recalling. So for MM01 means material master creation, for XK01 means vendor master creation. So now you need to understand from where we'll see. So for each and every transaction code and master data transaction data from system, if you go to status tab, so this transaction code is already assigned with the program. The system will call the particular program. Apart from that, okay, see here now if I will fill the data like industry sector, okay, so if I'm removing this here, if I put the industry sector and if I go with any material type, so if I go to selection views, the system is fetching the, okay, so here like views here, the views means user departments. Okay, so what is the sequence from where exactly? In backend system you need to understand what is the backend system. Here you come to the backend system. Okay, so the backend system, so again you go to some logistic general here. So under the define structure of data screen for each screen sequence. Okay, if I see this structure of data screen for each screen sequence here. So in SAP already we have some screen sequences there. Yes, so based on the screen sequence, okay, the system always basic data 1, basic data 2 purchasing. So the sequence is given by the system. So which screen sequence I know? Okay, which screen sequence? Please keep in your mind. 21 screen sequence is assigned. As per standard SAP, which screen sequence is assigned? 21 screen sequence is assigned. So from this screen sequence only, the system is getting. So from where the 21 screen sequence is assigned, so now you'll understand. Please try to understand. The screen sequence contains we have different data screens here. The data screens is from where it is coming. So from 21 screen sequence. So like that, we have a couple of screen sequence will be there. If business requires, we can create new screen sequence here. But each and every screen sequence is going to divide into different data screens. And each and every data screen also going to divide into different subscreens also. Different subscreens. Okay. So from here you can see the complete okay, right. So from here you can see the complete data screen here. Okay, so select and you can see the complete data screen here. From here you can see the complete data screen. Okay, from backend, now we are into backend. Okay, from backend also you can see the data screen, or you can see the subscreen also. Now you can see the subscreen. So now you come to the end user part. Okay, if I go to material master creation, if I go to org levels, if I enter the plant and show location, now please observe. So this is my data screen here. So each and every data screen is going to divide into. So we have subscreens. So this is one subscreen. So this is one subscreen. So this is one subscreen. So the screen sequence, okay, which screen sequence and all, already we maintain the customization 21 screen sequence. So the screen sequence contains we have different data screens, and each and every data screen is going to divide into different subscreens. So this is what we need to understand from the backend system. Okay, so is it clear for you, right? So now come to here, just come back here. So again you need to come back here. So if you want, you can able to create new screen sequence also. So just come back here. It's only try to understand. See, customization only some we have some 2-3 classes, but where is the area how to do? So where we need to do the documentation, everything I'll show you a key. So from there you need to go here. Okay, customization means so my hard work will be less. You need to do more hard work. Okay, for customization part. So if you want to add any secondary screens or additional screens, that technical people will take care of it. Okay. So if you want in basic data 1, basic data 2, I want to add some basic data 3, some screen sub screens, okay, some additional screens. So this will be so we will so as a function consultant, we need to write the function specification document here. Why you required the new screen, new field? So based on their requirement, so we need to prepare a function specification document. It will go to the technical people. They will do some technical changes, wrappers. Then they will add here. Okay, this is not required. But just now, how can you say this is the 21 screen sequence from here? Assign screens to screen sequence user material type. So here, if see here, so now how can I say 21? So because of this screen here. Okay. So because of this screen, I explained to you. So the 21 screen sequence is calling means star user means any user. Okay. So if you go to any material type or any industry sector, the system is calling the 21 screen sequence here. System is calling the 21 screen sequence. So the screen sequence means so any user, any material type, any industry sector. So here for any screen sequence, భారతి గారు 4:30కి అట్లా కాల్ చేశారు సెషన్లో ఉన్నాను నేను చూశాను. So here the screen sequence. Okay. So here for any user, any material type, any industry sector, the 21 screen sequence means the star means always you need to keep in your mind. Star means applicable for all. Hello, భారతి గారు వినబడుతుంది. అవునండి నేను చూశాను, ఇంకా డీటెయిల్గా చూడలేదు. సెషన్ అయిపోయి మీకు కాల్ చేస్తాను, దాన్ని డిస్కస్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే ఓకే. So here the 21 screen sequence is called 21 screen. Okay. Screen sequence for any user, for any material type, any industry sector, the system has to call the 21 screen sequence. Okay. So star means applicable for all. So this is the way I can say the 21 screen sequence is calling this. Okay. Come back here. Now, so this is not required for us. Okay. So maintain user settings and all. Now we come to here field selection. The field selection is most important. Okay. The field selection also you need to understand more carefully. If I open the field selection, first we'll see assign fields to field selection group. Assign fields to field selection group. So what is meant by assign fields to field selection group? So here if I come to assign fields to field selection group, the SAP already maintain the field selection groups. Okay, there are a lot of field selection groups will be there. If I open this particular field selection group, okay, so this is one field selection group. So all these field selection groups is going to control by your material field reference key. Means the field reference key contains so all the field selection. The field reference key is the main key factor to controlling your field selection for data screens. Okay. So the field reference key is group of field selection groups. What is field selection group? Field selection group means one field or multiple fields. The field selection group contains one or multiple fields. So all the field selection group is going to control by the field reference key. So all the field selection group is going to control by the field reference key. Okay. Now any field, what is the field selection group means any field. If I want to maintain hide means suppress. Display means user can able to see and is not able to enter. That is display mode. Required and optional. Okay. So this is the field reference key. So optional means if user required he can enter or else he can leave it here. Required means compulsory user has to enter. Display means user can able to see but he is not able to enter. Hide means suppress. So this is the basic field status. Okay. But actually here the SAP is already maintained the field selection groups here. You don't have to worry. So here the SAP is already maintained the field selection group here. Come to here. So here we have field selection. Assign fields to field selection group. Okay. So now if I come into back front end system here, suppose whenever I'm creating a material, So this is the raw material. So what is the material type you are creating? Raw material. So enter the some name of the material. Enter your some base unit of measure, some PC. Enter some material group here. Okay. So what is the field selection group means? If I mention any one value as a gross weight here, 1 or something 2. So what is this? Definitely the user has to enter the weight unit here. Okay. Means these two fields are depends upon this field here. So if I mention any one value, until unless if you are not mentioned, what is meant by 1? 1 may be a gram, or 1 may be a kilogram, or 1 may be a milligram. So what is this here? 1. So means, so here the fields. So what we observe here, the data screens is going to divide into different subscreens, and each and every subscreens we have some fields. Okay, so all the fields are grouped to one field selection group. So the fields will be in the same data screen or in different data screens. So the field selection group will contain one field or multiple fields. So these fields is going to control by the field reference key. This fields is going to control by the field reference key. Okay. So this is what actually now if I come to this is already the SAP is maintained here. Okay. So my now business requirement means your client is asking to you. So whenever the user is creating for raw material, okay. So here now in basic data one, they required okay. So this gross weight net weight they want mandatory field. Now it is optional. If I mention only description of the material, and if I mention the base unit of measure material group, I can go to the next view. But my client requirement, the gross weight, net weight should become mandatory field. Okay. The client required gross weight, net weight, and weight unit. They want mandatory field. So it is optional field. So how to make this here? Okay. Now simply which field you want to make for only which material type? For raw material type. So go to gross weight. Okay. So click on that particular field and click on F1 from your keyboard. Click on F1 from your keyboard and go to technical information. Okay. Go to technical information. Technical information. Please find your table name and field name. What is my table name? Mara. What is my field name? BRGW. What is my field name here? BRGW. So Mara is my table name and my field name is BRGW. So which field actually for raw materials? So whenever the client for raw material when they are uploading, so these fields are gross weight, net weight, weight unit. They are optional, but they want required entry. Okay. Now you observe your field name is Mara, your table name is Mara, and your field name is BRGW. Okay. Now you go to maintain field selection for data screens. Maintain field selection for data screens. Okay. So go to drop down. Go to drop down. Okay. So enter your field name and table name. Okay. Go to enter your field name and table name. So what is my table name here? Mara. What is your field name here? BRGEW. Okay. Enter your table and field name here. Come to here. Mara and BRGW. Mara and BRGW. So here simply okay. So once you enter this here, so the system will take you field selection, gross weight net weight. But which material type the client has given the requirement for you? For raw materials. Okay. For raw materials, the client has given the requirement. For this raw material field reference key is also ROH here. Your raw material field reference key is also ROH, right? So go to ROH here. So now go to ROH here. The raw material field reference key is also ROH here. So simply now it is optional, right? So make it required. It is optional. We make it required. Okay, you need to cancel. Okay. So now I made it required. Come to here. Now tested end user side. For raw material field selection key is we make it mandatory or not, we need to observe. Go to MM01. MM01. So go to selection is basic MM is center the plant store location. Raw material automatically will become the mandatory. So for raw material previously what you observed is the optional fields, but it's become mandatory field. So this is the way you can control your field selection. So if you want required fields, If you want optional fields, if you want display or hide, it is possible with the field reference key. Okay. So this is for only one material. Let me check whether it is happened for semi-finished materials or minute observe. Okay. Just you go and observe your semi-finished materials. I go to MM01, will observe my semi-finished material. That is means the client has given the requirement for only for raw material, not for the semi-finished. If I go to all material, go to selection views, the basic views, enter the plant and store location. See for semi-finished material, it is okay. So optional only. So if it is impacted semi-finished material, then you're okay. So you're okay. So you're like the client has given a clearly for only raw material they want make required, not for the semi-finished. So if they they means they asked for you change only material type raw material, but if you change it, so what are the changes? It should be impact for only raw material type. It should not be impacted for the finished or semi-finished material. So that's what again you need to cross check here. Okay, this is one thing here. Okay. Now once again I explain to you how to identify here. Go to particular here. Any field, which field the client required, go to that particular field, click on F1 from your keyboard, go to technical information, identify your table name and field name. For any field you can control. So you need to identify your table name and field name. Okay, the SAP is already grouped. So from backend system you need to understand more carefully. Okay. So with one time you are not able to understand, please observe. So here now if I go to field selection group here, so drop down, enter your username and password. Okay, sorry, enter your field name and okay, so table name and field name. Go and enter your table name and field name. If I go to Mara, enter your DRG EW, the system automatically takes you here. So yeah, R and DRGW. Automatically you can observe. Okay, so this field names and table names here. Okay, so the system will take you field selection group. So means your fields in the 16 field selection group. Where is your fields here? Your fields. So this already is there. The SAP is already maintained assigned fields to field selection groups, but you need to identify your field selection groups. You need to identify. So there are a lot of field selection group will be there. Each and every field selection group contains one field or multiple fields. Okay. So you need to how to identify here. So just you go to drop down and enter your field name and table name. The system automatically takes your field selection group. So in this field selection group here, through which field reference key you are going to identify. Okay. So my field reference means where I need to do here. So just I come to here. Again I need to come to here. Maintain fields to field selection group here. Maintain fields to field selection group. So go to drop down. So which field selection group? I don't know. So just to go to drop down and enter your user ID and password here. Okay. Go and enter your okay, so table name and field name here. So go to Mara, enter your DRGEW. So the system automatically takes to 16 fields. So if I go to 16 field selection group here, now you must enter here. You must enter, then only it will be open. Just enter. So the 16 fields. Now you need to identify which material type the client is asked to you for only raw material. So now your raw material field reference key is also ROH here. Go to ROH. So against what is their option? So required, I make it required. Previously it was optional. So if I make the required, it will come. But so we are using training systems, right? So public servers. Okay. It will be impact for other people. Again, you make as this position. So, okay. So this is what mainly you need to understand here. Now, one more thing here you need to understand. Example, your client is asking for only one material, not for one material type. So you asked for all the material types. They required this particular fields are mandatory field. Not only so, now you changes only for raw material, but your client requirement, your client is using some 5 material types. For all the 5 material types, they want a mandatory field is grass-fed net weight. So how to overcome this situation? Okay, how to overcome this situation? Whenever I'm creating raw material also, if you go to raw material, so it is changed here. Okay, for semi-finished, suppose if I go to raw material, now it changed, right? So now it is optional because I changed here. But now my client requirement not only for raw material, for semi-finished, finish, all the material types, they want to do some changes. So then how you overcome the situation? Okay. If anyhow the client is require the material for, okay, so what level here? So suppose now not at material type level. For all the material types they require the changes. Then how to overcome? You need to change at industry sector level. If you do changes in industry sector level, it will be impacted. Okay. So in this case, come to here. Now this time, so the 16 field selection group. So I want to maintain for industry sector field reference key is M. We are using mechanical, right? So my industry sector field reference key is M. Okay. So now simply, so my industry sector field reference key is M. So in this 16 field selection, if I open all these fields, it will open. For grass rate, net weight, all these fields. Okay. Now option it is there, right? So you need to. Done. So now if I made the required entry, now it is actually we change it industry sector level. After the industry sector only you are entering a material, right? So now for all the material type it will be changed. Now you can observe. If I go to MM01, for raw material also this field will become mandatory. For location. For raw material also it is mandatory. Not only for raw material, if I'll go to some my semi-finished material also it will become mandatory. If I go to my semi-finished material, what is my semi-finished material? All material, right? For all material also will become mandatory. Okay. Not only for semi-finished here, if I go to finished material also, if I go to MM0 for finished material also, so if I go to finished here, for finished material also will become mandatory. So for finished also it will become mandatory. So this is what actually, so means anyhow for all the materials you required, then industry sector level you need to change it. For only particular material type. Now so many ways we can able to control. So how many number of ways here we can able to control? So it will be impact for other people. Just again I'm making, this is most important the field selection here. Come back here. Now how many ways you can able to create your field reference key? Okay. One is material type level you can observe. Material type level you can control the field selection key. Industry sector level you can control the field reference key. And plant level also you can control your fields. Okay. So industry sector level means where I assigned here. Define industry sector specific field selection. Okay. So industry sector level also you can control your field reference key. Okay. If I open all the field reference keys will be open here. If I open all the field reference key will be open here. So if business require, we can create new field reference key also. If business requires, we can create new field reference key also simply by copying from the relevant one. So industry sector level you can control your field reference key. Plant level also you can control your field reference key. Plant specific here. Okay. Plant level also. If I open plant here, plant level also you can control your field reference key. Material type level also you can control your field reference. Okay. And transaction level also you can control your field reference. So these many ways you can able to control here. So now, so this means what I observed here. So if I come to base, so each and every, suppose if I go to individual part here, okay, now I change, right? So means each and every the screens, okay, the screen selection here. So already SAP is inbuilt like 21 screen sequence is calling. So each and every screen we have data screen. Each and every data screens we have some subscreens here. So each and every subscreens we have a couple of fields. The field reference field selection means here. So what is the field selection group here? Means any field you can change. But for this, if I want to do some changes, I don't require any coding part or programming part. Simply, so as per your client business requirement, we want to change. First of all, you need to identify this particular field is in which table and which field here. In backend system, just you need to enter that particular table and field name. The system will pick you which field selection group. That field selection group, how you are going to control, whether you want to control material type level or plant level or industry sector level. Okay. So this is the way you need to understand here, or transition level here. So based on this, that it will be impacted here. Okay. Everything you can able to change. So this is about today's session. So tomorrow we'll continue from here. From here, basic settings will continue. Okay. Since we have joined late, okay. So just to
Yes,
go through
yes,
the.
Rajesh. Yeah, I'll just go through it. So from tomorrow, you'll pick up the business blueprint and explain, right?
Yeah. This once we'll see the customization, they'll go to the
Okay.
business. Already the last Friday onwards only we started into real time. Okay. Now real time is for now.
Okay.
Sessions will be started. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Rajeshwar. Thank you.